sakit. Nagulat mo yung mga doctors doon. Nagtaka sila, sabi niya, ano to, nagbuhay na niya. Tapos yun, pagkabangon ni tatay, sinabi niya, hindi na kami wala akong sakit. Hindi na kami.
Na marinig yung katigan na doktor na pagaling siya maraming siya. At ako isa ang nagaling yung doktor. Ang sinabi ng anak ko ay ito, yun. Ako'y kapupay doon sa Dialysis hospital. Ay pwede na yung linggo. Kapupay doon. Pero para ganyan ako magaling. Pero nung araw na yun lang, para ko'y tulong, kahit gusto, kahit ka ko, wala, hindi pa rin makatulong na siya. Hindi pa hindi tulong ko. So, sabi pa mo kayo mga natin. Kaya nung ano na yun, parang nakatulong ako ng 2 oras. Kaya doon nag-edit ako na sa pag-lapon. Nakikita ko yung lugar ko na para nagwala. Pero sabi ko naman, ang lugar pa ito, wala naman ako nakita tao, wala nakita bahay, wala naman mga building, wala. Puro lang nagwala sa lugar na yun. So, sabi puro lang pa yung sakit. Siguro bumalik ka niya lang doon sa lugar na pinagalingan mo. At marami ka pang makatulong sa mga kapwa mo. So, yung nangyari, mabalik ako. At pagkalik ko, nagising na rin ako doon sa tega ako. Dahil nung pagkalising ko, parang nakita pa ako na lumakas aking nalaman. At ako ay nagluto na nauhaw. Ngayon, sabi ko sa anak ko na napatay sa akin. Sabi ko, ilay ako ng tubig sa baso para ma-tularo ako. Ayaw naman ng anak ko dahil ayaw na doktor nung mabigyan ng maraming tubig pala sa dalawang tubig. Nalilita mo na nabigyan ng tubig. Sabi ko, hindi nabalik, ako yung may kulawin. Ganon, parang sabi ako yung himalaan na. Wala na lang sakit ko. Hindi ko na tayo. Wala akong sakit. Kayo ako. Sabi ko kayo ito na. Gawin na tayo sa utupan. Sabi ng doktor daw, kung daw. Pagpapalo na mga 4 na oras. Sabi ko eh. So, sa 2 hours, isla na. Para talagang ako lugar. Isla na rin natin na sitwasyon mo pala ngayon. Hanggang ngayon, berpapasalamat sa Diyos at kayo doktor na problem na talaga ito, gagaling ka. Dito na ngayon ay nag-isipon na. Kay doktor, problem na paro aking katigan na doktor. Maraming salamat sa nabuhay. Pagpahit tayo natin ng Diyos. Ikaw natin ang mga doktor. Kaya mabuhay ng ito at makatulong sa akin pamumuhay. Maraming salamat.
Many are asking what is wrong with cellular biology. Soon we have an explanation. We still have time. Okay. A little explanation that I can present this next in class. So, just to give you a brief, in our body we have stem cells. Okay? We have what we call the embryonic stem cells, which are taken from a 5-day embryo. After the mating, okay, the sperm and the ovum, the egg meets and the cell is an embryo, 5-day embryo. In a 5-day embryo, most cells are what we call pluripotential. So every cell there can become heart, liver, kidney, or anything under the sun. Pluripotential. But I'm not talking about stem cells, embryonic stem cells. Other cells. In the body we have adult stem cells. In the brain we have adult stem cells that can regenerate the brain. We never studied medicine. We never knew that we can regenerate the brain. That's not how we get to it. We just found out there are stem cells in the brain that can regenerate the brain, like what happened in. He was comatose and then he was suddenly okay. But I know it's a miracle of the Lord. Maybe the Lord just backed up registers. Because so many comatose patients woke up with my system. Hindi lang siya napakadami. Okay. In the brain, there are these stem cells, when they mature, they become neurons. So they conduct, electrical conduction. Or they can become astrocytes or oligodendrocytes that involved in conductions. In the skin, we have stem cells. If you can regenerate the stem cell, the skin of senior citizens will become junior citizens. Okay. In the gastrointestinal tract, with the stem cells, if we can enhance them, it will repair ulcer and everything. Processes, and many patients with processes who are okay already. Even those who have been abroad, they came to me with processes and they got within 1 month. And in the liver, we can regenerate the liver. You could see some of my patients will come here for liver transplant or UPPGs, but with the stem cell enhancing RCD there well. So here's about stem cells. When we are 2 years old, the peak production of stem cells is at 2 years old. When you reach 2 years old, it begins to decline. So in the body, there are about 16 million stem cells moving around. The bone marrow is the source of stem cells. The bone marrow contains hematopoietic stem cells, which converts into red blood cell or oxygen transport, white blood cell, cellular immunity to control bacterial virus, and platelets to prevent bleeding or to prevent dengue. Okay. But the bone marrow has also what we call another form of stem cells. One is hematopoietic, okay, and the other one will convert non-hematopoietic stem cells, okay, which will convert into bones, cartilage, connective tissue, fats, okay. So this you get from the bone marrow. So the bone marrow can differentiate into these things, but in special circumstances, that's differentiation. In special circumstances, the bone marrow can become stem cells that will mature to repair spinal cord. Because we have a lot of patients with spinal cord problems who could not walk, and now they're walking. I had a patient from Las Vegas. She was there for 15 years. She could hardly walk, damaged spinal cord. She said, I will go to the Philippines. Then the doctors told them, you mean to say you're going to go to the Philippines? You're already in the United States. The Filipinos, they come here, but you are going there, that's the reverse. Then the patient came to me, 15 years she could hardly walk. The next morning she was walking. And that's why many people from the United States are here because of that patient. Okay? So that is the effect of stem cell. Now, peak production when you are 2 years old. After 2 years old, it begins to fall, decline. When you reach age 60, senior citizen, your stem cell becomes SCSC. Stem cell. It's called stem cell because it gives me, when it matures, from this young cell, something good comes out. It matures. Remember, stem cells have no function. They have no function, they are baby. But when they mature, they become liver cell, muscle cells, heart cells, brain cells, spinal cord cells, so everything can be repaired. Okay? So that can be done by RCD, as stem cell enhancing.
So if it is then put in the frozen, will it be effective as it is raw? And number 2 question, how much egg white or egg you will swallow raw per day? Third question, to become a third stage of glomerular filtration rate to be increased into stage 2, how much of the above we should take in order that it will improve rather than going to stage 4?
It's a normal intake. For those adults, 4 eggs per day. For those who are sick already, 6 eggs a day. For those who are seniors with cancer, I give up to 10 eggs a day. It could be raw, it could be raw. Then you see patients of mine with cancer on Thursday predicted to die July last year, but he's very much alive. Stage 4 liver cancer with liver problem. I'll talk about liver on Thursday. Okay, so cancer patients have a very high dosage of egg, 6 to 10 if they can take it. Don't worry about egg. No? There was a study in England whereby a person began eating eggs at the age of 58, 25 eggs a day. at age of 88. And after 30 years, he was already 88. That shows you he survived long already, and he was eating 25 eggs a day. That was published in the British Medical Journal. So they tested his cholesterol, it was normal. But the patient is very radical. Look at this patient of mine, just arisen from death. Buhay ng buhay. Nakita nyo? Lakas pa with power. 84, nakasawa pa ng teenager, at nagkanak pa ng tatlo. Okay? Fantastic. So eggs do not kill. I will lecture on that tomorrow afternoon about the Dietary. Well, the best is native eggs, but there is none. You can still use the white egg. I use it in my clinic for cancer patient only native egg.
What creatinine level should we reach in order to have a stage 3 filtration rate? What is the normal value of the creatinine so that we will reach a stage 2, from stage 3 to stage 2 filtration rate?
Once you know how can we improve. For example, you are in stage 5, how can you go to stage 4, to stage 3? You follow what the systems are doing with the use of RCB and functional food and all the supplemental energy, and that helps a lot the patients. And that patient, and the other patient that I showed, he was already on stage 5, ESRD, but now his creatinine was about 700, it's now 200. Okay, and he's perfectly normal, so that means he is already on stage 1, but he's already in a good stage 1. Regarding Mr. Alusagay, he had no dialysis since 2006, after the until now, and he's still very active in the charts. He goes to the church and lived in the church. So until now, can you see an 84 years old talking like that who was formerly comatose? So that means he may improve. The most important, he follows the diet. Frozen liver. If the liver is frozen, that's still okay. The milk that I give is frozen milk. Raw certified frozen milk. So it's still okay. Nothing is harm. But if it is pasteurized, some of the enzymes are destroyed at 67 degrees centigrade. So if you like all the enzymes, the liver, you have to eat a little bit raw. I give my patients twice a day raw certified milk pasteurized. Because the little unpasteurized milk has a big what you call advantage on antibodies. Some of the antibodies can be affected by heating because whey milk is heated a little. Majority reduction, but it's not pasteurization process. But with the heating, it will affect some of the enzymes. So if you like to give all the enzymes and the antibodies in the milk, you give them either breast milk. Breast milk is the best for babies and even for us, but we cannot buy breast milk here. So only unpasteurized milk. The RCB is powder, and you have to dissolve that. Again, it's still in the patient. I had a lecture here last year about rapid cell balancing, and maybe you can get that in my clinic. The title is Rapid Cell Balancing. I gave that lecture here last year. Last year I gave 2 lectures here, functional food and rapid cell balancing. So if you'd like to know the details about RCB, that's in the lecture.
Navarro, I have a question.
Yes.
Normally when the kidney is compromised, or shrunken, or it is not exactly, but if the filtration rate has gone to a certain level, then the creatinine goes up. But first of all, we usually observe that proteinuria, hematuria usually started, and then later on, when it has come to a certain extent, then creatinine will go up. That's usually the situation. When we say the creatinine has gone up, usually we recognize that the kidney is compromised. Some of them is already shrunken. So we can see that usually that when creatinine has got up to 6,000, 1,000 or 800, mostly, we said acute, mostly we see that it is the kidney has already shrunken. But it blows the mind of people, of nephrologists, that we were able to lower it down, and then the kidney function, the glomerular rate goes up. The question, the usually thing that happens is, in the case of your experience, the shrunken kidney is restored back to normal size.
And according to the study, without stem cells, there is no repair. That means if you cannot enhance the stem cell, you cannot repair anything in the body. You will find a patient of mine with liver failure, total liver failure, that needs liver transplant. The UBPJ says no more hope for him. And that was in 2007. I treated him. In 2 months, he was back to normal already. I have a patient with cancer. He has a lung cancer that is 71 years. 6 months ago, then he came to me. Under my care, his weight from 71 kilos became 88 kilos higher than before, and now he's back to normal. Okay? After 6 months of management. That means stem cells, that if it can be enhanced, it can heal anything in the body. The leader is to once enhance the stem cell. Now, how effective is the diet? Example. This published in the British Journal of Nutrition, here, American Clinical Nutrition Journal. Young animals, okay? Young animals were given complete foods, fats, protein, carbohydrates. They remove only one ingredient, choline. Choline, C-H-O-L-I-N-E. On the 7th day, all animals are dead. Just to see you how important is choline. On the 7th day, all animals are dead, and when they examine the animals, the cause of death is simply glomerular disease. The animal developed glomerulitis, and it clogged up the system that death occurred, and that's already stage 5, right? So they repeated the experiment, again without choline. On the 6th day, the animals were dying. They gave the animals 1,000 milligram choline, and not one of the experimental animals died. So choline prevented death due to kidney failure. Where do you get choline? You get that from 4 eggs a day. You get that from the egg yolk. You get that from liver. You get that from brain. The brain is mostly choline and cholesterol. You get that from bone marrow. So we could not find good improvement with kidney patients because they are deprived of choline because of the scare regarding cholesterol. But I tell you, things have changed already, and that will be my topic tomorrow. That it's no longer, cholesterol is no longer bad.
Question. Using your method, what is the success rate? Like out of 10 patients with kidney dialysis, what is the percentage of success?
I would say again about 70%. About 70%. In other conditions, where the patients have been comatose due to stroke, a very high percentage of recovery. I would say all the other conditions are easy to manage. And also at this point in time, there are 2 things just to tackle, the kidney failure and cancer. But my results are getting very, very fast. Maybe I could show you something of this tomorrow.
Doctor, if a patient has already been on dialysis, say for a year or 2 years, 3 years, when you give your treatment, do they stop the dialysis right away, or do they do it simultaneously and they phase out the dialysis?
I never tell my patient to stop the dialysis. I just treat them. But the patient, the first one that I showed, he does stop it because he felt better. But his creatinine went down up to 200, but it never went down below 200. Now this patient of mine, the one who talked Marina, he has never had dialysis since he left the hospital. But you see him very healthy. Alright? So, I never tell my patient to stop dialysis. I tell them, go ahead. If they feel better, they stop it. Then I have many patients who stop with dialysis and they are back to work already. But never did I tell them to stop.
Sa patient report of Dr. Navarro, part of Dr. Navarro, report of Dr. Bulano, Dok, ilang bang kilo ang kailangan na bone marrow kakainin para magsabi mo? Kasi since na nakilala ko kayo, siguro 20 kilos a week ako. Sa 2 nights ago lang, nagtuto kami 35 kilos bulalo. Kasi may family lang bulalo. Pero for me alone, I eat, kasi I believe on Dr. Navarro, I eat bulalo mga 20 kilos a week. And then 8 eggs a day. That is native or duck eggs. Kasi sabi niya kasi fountain milk. So I tried, but tumaba ako. So, ano ba talaga? Pero what is good? Wala akong cholesterol, wala akong hypertension, mataba ako, but wala akong nun. So, ang tanong ko lang, gaano ba talaga ang ibig nun? Kasi I love bulalo.
Maybe you have to change your carbohydrate intake. Because 90% of the carbohydrate converts into fats in the body. Only 10% is used as energy. So, if you are not eating, let's say, your diet is high in carbo, that will convert into fat, 90% of that. That's why you're gaining weight. Remove your carbohydrates, or you have to eat full wheat bread. Maybe only for you, about 1 slice 3 times a day. The cheese that I use tatak pato. So for the eggs, I use tatak pato. For the cheese, queso de bola, tatak pato.
So kung wala talagang fertilized, just don't eat the egg.
No, you still have to eat the eggs as a source of protein and other things. But remember, there's a difference between 3 rates. First, if you look at the chromosome number, okay, it's like this. The chromosome number of mated egg is 46. 23 from the male, 23 from the female, total 46. From single parent eggs, the chromosome number is only 23. That's abnormal. Cancer has an abnormal number of chromosomes. So for all my cancer patients, I don't allow them to eat fertilized egg, extra virgin egg. I tell them I insist, but for non-cancer, you can see.
No, pwede po ba yung itlog ng pulo? Kasi yung anak ko ko, very fun po siyang kumain ng itlog, kaya lang hindi niya nakabot natin yung mga kaya din itlog ng pulo, half thousand na okay lang po yun.
No problem here. My children, they could eat 6 to 10 eggs a day. And they are the brightest in the school. They are the number 1 in the school, and they are the healthiest and the strongest in the school.
I guess it's time for lunch, but it all depends on you. You want to continue asking questions, and Dr. Navarro wants to continue answering. Or you can ask them all tomorrow, so you don't come to the one seminar tomorrow. Okay, no more questions. So we'd like to thank Dr. Navarro for